Good afternoon, viewers. Today I was just thinking, it's about records being reissued that are marketed as being remastered, and one has to wonder what that actually means, remastered, because if you take vintage records from the 70s and 80s, those records sound the way the producer or the artist intended you to hear. Those records were produced with LPs in mind. With a new vinyl resurgence, you have this wave of remasters. 3 years ago, I think in 2016 or 2017, many of Elton John's back catalogue of albums were remastered and repressed onto vinyl. Now, understand, if you don't have access to the original vinyl records, the original LPs, and if your LPs are not in good condition, then I would understand there would be a need to get them again. Now, this year, we had the 50th anniversary of the Elton John album, which was released as a 2 LP album on translucent purple vinyl. That, as I understand it, the disc 1 or LP 1, using the 2016 remaster. Disc 2 was were all the bonus demo tracks, most of which we received on the CD in 2008, the deluxe edition. So, as I understand it, there are only 2 tracks on that set that were not present in this album. So, in essence, yes, if you don't have an extremely good copy of the original Elton John LP, then I would understand that would be appealing. But one other issue is the price of these remasters are very expensive. You're paying an exceptionally high price for albums that are old albums, in essence, albums that you have several copies of. In my case, with the Elton John album, I have this on 3 CDs. I have the original the LP here that I showcased in one of my previous videos. The remaster by Castage, the SACD surround sound mix, the deluxe edition. So now I have to ask myself the question, do I want to shell out a lot of money for a double set LP, which I already have on CD, that was released on a record day? So the record day was, I think, end of August, and then then at the time the announcement was made as well, but this wouldn't be the only version of this album that's been released this year. Now, end of October, a gold disc or gold vinyl pressing of this album was released as a single disc for the 50th anniversary, to celebrate the 50th anniversary of this album's release. So that's all good and well. So keep in mind, record day was 30th of, or the end of August. End of October, another version of this album's been released. 13th of November, we have the jewel box set that has been released that costs the earth. And from my point of view, as a South African, these albums, I can only import them. They're not pressed in the South African market. And our exchange rate is on the downside currently. The rand is performing very poorly to the dollar and the pound. So I'm already at a disadvantage. Where an album would have costed, a few $100 to import. Now it costs, a few thousand to import. Because even with this whole travel restrictions in place with the COVID, you see less air travel and less. That means also delivery prices have gone up. And one thing is Amazon.uk. The delivery fees used to be £3 something, £3.58 if I'm not mistaken. All the years that was the delivery fees. Then this year, with the whole restriction on travel, delivery fees skyrocketed to £25. Now think about that. A new record costs £25 plus delivery. So you essentially paying double for a record. Then if that wasn't bad enough, our rand has tanked against the pound and against the dollar. I think it's 21 rand currently for a pound. So for that whole jewel box set, the 8 CD set, that costs 2,500 rand alone, not including delivery. So you're looking at almost 3,000 rand to import it. And I decided with that set, I'll try and get the 3 LP album set with the rarities on it, which will cost about £50 including delivery. And then to translate that into rand, it's going to be about 1,200 to 300 rand, depending on the exchange rate, which is very expensive. So that's November. Then this weekend they released the 50th anniversary edition of Tumbleweed Connection, which is pressed on vinyl, green vinyl, and with that, all sorts of merchandise came with that, t-shirts, caps, and all of that. And then suddenly, with no warning whatsoever, a special 10-inch vinyl was released on a extended, never before heard or never before released extended version of Come Down in Time, which is called the jazz version, which is, I think, like 7 or 8 minutes long. So that was pressed onto a 10-inch vinyl, and the B-side to that single is Ballad of a Well-Known Gun. I think it's Ballad of a Well-Known Gun, demo version, also previously unreleased. So that was, gosh, £10 if I'm not mistaken, on on the Elton John website. That, mind you, was sold out within, I think, a day. But in any case, there was a point in time with, everybody on the Facebook fan page being so excited, and I got caught up in that excitement. There was a point in time where I wanted to get that copy. And for that 10-inch LP, delivery was £10 on that from the Elton John website. That would have worked out to £20 in total. And at the current exchange rate, just little over 400 Rand. And I thought, no, I can't give out 400 Rand for a single. I'm going to have to let that one go. But yeah, that's the thing. All of these re-released records and are being released in such a short space of time of each other that you can't even keep up. I'm still considering whether I will get the record day double LP set on purple vinyl with demos that I already have in the deluxe box set. I'll see how things go, but I'm trying not to be distracted from my main goal, and that is getting the 3 LP set called Rarities and B-Sides in the Jewel Master set. That's in essence my main goal. So yes, that's that. Your thoughts and comments below, and enjoy the rest of your day.